Howdy, hi. This is Deer Sports WNBA and NBA picks and predictions for Friday, May 15th, 2026. We're looking at every single game on the slate. Let's get into the video. All right, so the first thing we got to do, recap previous day's results. Not a good day, but it could have been catastrophic. Catastrophic. Good God. If I would have gone 0-6, but we did not. We go 2-4. Bringing our season record to 26-26. Middle of the screen, you'll see a nice graph representing how our season has gone. If you would like to get that nice graph and track all your bets and get $3 free since your Venmo or PayPal, you can check it out. Link in the description below. It is Pickett. All you got to do is download the app using that link. You get a free $3 when you sign up and link a sportsbook. Then you got Kalshi. Maybe you cannot get action on some of these NBA games because you live in a state that is stupid and doesn't like entertainment and fun. Kalshi you can, legal in all 50, trade 10, get $10 and you sign up. That link is also in the description, helps the channel out more than you could imagine. So now I'll recap the games. First one, New York minus 11.5 in the over of 177.5. Both of these looked absolutely dead when in the first quarter, the final score was 14-20. Then the Liberty scored 25, 31, and 30. Final score of the game was 100-82. Leading the way for New York was Stewie, even though she still didn't hit her player prop line, which is frustrating. She goes 22, 7, and 1. You had Pauline Aster go 23 and 2. Rebecca Gardner off the bench, 14 and 5. Fowler off the bench with 12. Johannes did not have a good night shooting, but she did have 11 dimes. So I guess that kind of makes up for it. For the Fire, nothing really to report. Their leading scorer was Gustafsson off the bench, who scored 14. And that was it. Our losers, all right, we have to have a conversation about the Wings and if they suck, because they might. They lose to the Lynx 90-86. We also miss our over by 1.5 because they scored 38 points in the fourth quarter. I'm starting to believe they paid the wrong person on the Dallas Wings. They gave Alana Smith a max contract to play 26 minutes of basketball, go 3 of 6 from the field, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Like that's not what you're getting paid all this money for. Also, Arike Gumbawale. It is your stereotypical Arike Gumbawale game where she loses her team the game by going 2 of 11 from the field with 3 turnovers and 3 personal fouls. Like, how do you go from what you did your previous game, which was scoring 20 points and then 22 points on opening night, and then you drop 2 of 11? This is why no one thinks you're good. You're not good. Bunch of nonsense. So we lose Alana Smith PR over 14.5. They just don't get her involved in the offense, which is weird because then you have Maddie Siegrist come in the game, who comes off the bench, and she scores 17 points in 16 minutes of basketball. And all of that is inside the arc. She went 7 of 8 from in the paint/middle area. She goes 0 of 3 from deep. If you just get her in the painted, like she's chilling. But then if you look at Jessica Shepard and Alana Smith, they have no clue how the hell to work this offense with Paige up top. And granted, that might be because Siegrist had experience on this team last year and knows how to operate with Paige. But if that's the case, you have to take Jess Shepard out of the starting 5 or Alana Smith out of the starting 5. I really don't care which one you do. You have to have Siegrist in your starting unit. It just doesn't work offensively with both Smith and Shepard because both of them are non-factors. Like, unless they're getting an offensive putback, they're not giving anything to you scoring. Just not happening. And then we lose Stewie PRA. She lands on 30. I think she had 9 at halftime. So the fact we even came close to this number was kind of insane. But maybe if it wasn't so much of a blowout late, then she could have covered. But it is what it is. We go 2-4. We have a massive slate for tomorrow. Let's get into it. Also, I will add, I almost put the Wings on the banned list, but I decided not to. I will give them one more chance. If they lose the next time I take them, they're banned forever. All right, so the first game we got, I have no clue why the WNBA proceeded to give us some of the worst matchups in the history of existence the first 2 weeks of the season. The Aces and the Connecticut Sun are doing battle again. Even though this is like a Major League Baseball team going up against the rec league softball guys who are all 60 plus and play on Tuesday mornings outside your local middle school, I'm laying it with the Aces. I'm taking the over. These teams are just so going different directions. The Aces, Gray, Young, Talbot, Smith in Asia, Sun starting five. Who cares? They suck. In the previous game, the Aces beat them 98-69. This Sun team not only does not have any potential to win basketball games, I do think they have potential to want to be one of the worst teams in WNBA history. If you look at this roster and you take out Brittany Griner, who might not play in this game, she is questionable with a knee injury. Who the hell is on this team? You have Ledger Walker, Sanaya Rivers, who I think should be benched, Diamond Miller, and Kennedy Burke. I don't think any of those four players should be starters in the W. You have to get in Haley Van Lith, you move in Anissa Morrow, and then you hope once your players come back from overseas, who are currently playing, I forget who they are, but you know what I'm talking about if you look at their roster, then maybe you can potentially not lose by 20. But with what you have currently on this roster, you're not coming close to winning a basketball game. They suck. They are so ridiculously bad, it's not even funny. In the previous game, where they scored 98 points, winning by a billion, they shot decent from the field. The craziest part about the Aces, Kennedy Carter is looking like prime Jordan coming off the bench. I think she's basically a lock for sixth player of the year right now. I would lay this number to 25, 30. Genuinely, I'd ladder this up to the moon. I already talked about the Sun being horrible. They do play at the fastest pace in the W, which is concerning because they shoot at 37% from the field, and their defense is third to last. I'm assuming the only other defenses that are worse are the Portland Fire and the Sparks. Could be wrong on that. Have not looked into that. I just know the Sun are third to last. The next one, why are the Fever laying 9.5 points? Someone want to answer me this question? I will take the Mystics, catching almost double digits. I will take the under. Mystics starting five, Amore, Citron, Prosper, Iriafen, and Austin. Fever starting five, Clark, Mitchell, Cunningham, who I did see. I think she made the cover for like ESPN swimsuit magazine or something. Shout out to you. I'm a clearly very attractive woman, but she is multitasking. The WNBA is just a side quest. Sophie Cunningham does what she wants. You got Billings and then Aaliyah Boston down low. This is probably the best game of the night. It's either this one or maybe the Tempo and Sparks, just seeing what those teams are going to whip out on the basketball courts. Brutal travel spot for Fever. They open their season at home. They then travel to Los Angeles for one game against the Sparks, and then they go back to Indiana. Who the hell is in charge of the WNBA scheduling? I just want a 30-minute sit-down meeting, and I can fix all of your problems because some of the shit you're doing is ridiculous. The Mystics 1-1 in the season. They beat the Tempo on the road in game one. They then lost to the Liberty at home by 5 points in overtime. I still don't like that they've gone full youth. I think you do need some form of veteran presence, not just off the bench, because they do have a little bit of that. You need a vet in your starting five. Like, period, point blank on a story. Someone in your starting five has to be over the age of 30, and they don't even come close. I think the oldest is Shakira Austin at 26 or 27, maybe. So that's concerning. Also, still don't love their coach, but that's besides the point. I am taking the under. Mystics defense hasn't been awful. I mean, the previous game went high scoring because of OT, but that first game against the Tempo was an absolute dogfight. And if you look at the Fever, don't look now. Caitlin Clark is shooting 18% from deep this season. If y'all remember last year before she got injured, she was shooting, I want to say less than 18%. Like, I want to say she was shooting like 7%. Like, no bullshit. 7. No typo, no misspeaking, nothing. Just horrible basketball. So I'll take the Mystics. I think they can win this on the money line. Give me DC. All right, now I'm going to take the Mercury laying 4.5. I will also take the under. Chicago starting five, Diggins, Sheldon, Jaquez, Jackson, and Cardozo. Mercury starting five, I don't know. Copper, Bonner, Thomas, and Mack. Okay, so we talked about the WNBA scheduling a bit, like 2 minutes ago. Y'all got to listen to this. The Chicago Sky have not played a home game. That makes them the only team in the W left to have not played a home game. Their next game following this one is also not at home. They open their season at the Fire, at the Valkyries, at the Mercury, at the Lynx. How do you start your year 4 games on the road? It makes no fucking sense. Like, yes, it may even out towards the end. How are you going to start the game 2 weeks on the road? It's the W. This doesn't happen. There's 17 teams in the no, 15 teams in the league? 17 teams in the league? However many teams in this league. Why do you have 4 road games in a row going all over God's green earth? This shit is dumb. I will fade them here though on their 3rd game in a row on the road. Still don't love this roster construction. Previous game, they won 69-63, shooting 36% from the field. If Cardoso gets in foul trouble, you have serious questions about who's your big down low. It's Elizabeth Williams off the bench. I like E. Will, but she's been doing this for a while, and I don't think she moves as quick as she used to. I do like the size that the Mercury have down low with Bonner, AT, and Natasha Mack. They also have size coming off the bench. I think they should move Nogic back into the starting 5 for IE. But yeah, Mercury, bounce back spot. They normally don't lose 2 in a row at home. So I will back them and mostly Alyssa Thomas to get this thing done. Then we get to the most crackhead game of the night. The Toronto Tempo are playing the LA Sparks. I'm shocked this over is only 171.5. I thought it would have been set the highest line of the year. I would have laid over like 186. So the fact I'm getting 171 sounds pretty good. Tempo starting 5. Who cares? They have Marina Mabry. Sparks starting 5. Plum, Atkins, Burrell, Agumake, and Hamby. What do we think of this game? The answer, don't know. The only thing I know, Marina Mabry will get hers, and that's all that matters. Tempo, they won their first game of the year. In their previous game, they beat the Seattle Storm, scoring 86 points, winning 86-73. It still wasn't the most efficient game. I don't think efficiency in this Tempo team can be used in the same sentence because you have Marina Mabry and Brittany Sykes on the same roster. 44% from the field. They did win the offensive rebounding battle, which is surprising because they were without teammate Fag Bentley going up against Dominique Malonga. They did a very good job at getting her into foul trouble, though. I would keep an eye on if teammate Fag Bentley is actually playing. Dominique Malonga is a hell of a lot different than Nneka Agumake and Hamby. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge for Sabally and Key down low. That is concerning, so I hope she does play. Sparks, I think they have the worst defense in the league. They definitely have the worst coach in the league. If you're in LA on a Friday night, are you going to a game against the Toronto Temple? Like, are you actually driving through traffic to get to the stadium, pay however much money it is, to see zero defense be played? I'm not. I don't think anyone else is either. This bitch going to be empty. Give me the Tempo. Give me the over. All right, 2-player props. One of them is obvious. We are betting Marina Mabry PR over every single game until she does not hit it. She is getting a ridiculous number of shot attempts. Nobody on the Sparks is going to guard her. She has Steph Curry level of green light from head coach Sandy Brondello. She does whatever she wants. If she wants to shoot 3 pull-up 3-pointers in a row, sure. Why not? If you want to get to the line 15 times in a game, sure. Why not? You do you. Then I'm going to take Kiki Iriafen PR over, also 24.5. I'm starting to think this 24.5 number is just the fuck it, we're just throwing out a random number line. Kiki should be way higher than this. The interior defense on the Fever is awful. I don't trust Boston. I don't think Monique Billings is a good fit in Indiana right now. Kiki got plenty of experience with Sony Citron, with Shakira Austin down low. Should be able to figure out a nice high and low game. Also, rebounds plentiful with Caitlin Clark shooting threes and missing all of them. I think she goes for like 17 points, 12 boards, and we hit this pretty easily. All right, then we got NBA. If you have seen this photo, let me know. Because I remember this photo from the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest eyes. Or maybe it was like the largest extruding eyes from someone's head, or protruding, not extruding. Maybe those are the same word. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm taking Cleveland minus 3.5 and the over of 210.5. Whenever I look at James Harden's photo, I think of this woman. Y'all see what I'm getting at. Like, if you were to take away the beard, it probably wouldn't give the same vibe. But since he's got that beard, it's like his eyes are further set back, but that just makes them pop out even more, which kind of makes him look like this lady. If you gave this lady a beard and you squinted real hard, you could be convinced that's James Harden. So I will take James Harden PRA over 31. That's too goddamn low. Way too low. James Harden's better than 31. No question. All right. Then I'm taking the Spurs minus 4.5. Both of these series are ending today. We're getting into the semifinals on the East Coast and on the West Coast. This shit is done. It's over. Hook, line, sinker. Good night. All right. That's going to do it for me in this video. That was 16 minutes of random nonsense. I appreciate you watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.